Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for doing this. We know how busy you are on the road and how crazy it is. Are you able to hear us okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So we're here. We're DTUSA. We're the USA chapter of the fan club. And then we have Kim here, who, of course, did Dream Theater World. And, none of this would be possible without him. But we have here all the organizers today that help do all the meetups. We have everybody from like all walks of life. We have veterans, we have teachers, we have NASA scientists, we have air traffic control, IT people. We have so many different people, and we all have one thing in common. We love Dream Theater, so we're so happy to be here. And the fan club has been growing so much over the years with Kim's work, all the different chapters. So we kind of do little meetups before the shows. And this last year has been our biggest. We've done 27 meetups. It's going to be in total for the year across 18 different states. So you're going to be meeting some of the people today that host and do our meetups.
Cool. That's amazing. That's awesome, Victoria. Very cool. It's great that you guys are so organized. And thank you, Kim Arthur.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you, Kim. So let's get started so that we can get some questions in. So let's start with Raviq. He's been one of our organizers for a long time. He started in Ohio, and now he's in California. So go ahead, Raviq.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time out. Really appreciate your time. My question is, I know Dream Theater has come a long way. I mean, started way back in the 1980s, right? Do you feel musically there is any area which is still not explored and maybe you would like to do that? Maybe I'm hinting at the next album.
Reggae. Reggae man.
Okay.
We have a little bit of a Latin. We had a little bit of a Latin insert in Shadow Man. So yeah, anything's possible, especially when it comes to the music instrumentally. It goes, anything goes, really.
I mean, that is the beauty of what we do, that we allow different things to come into our stylistic mix, and you never know what will be presented. You never know. So we like to shake it up, change it up, and learn new things along the way. And so we'll all find out what's coming.
Thank you. We will all look forward to it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So let's continue now with Pete. He's from Chicago, and he hosts some of our biggest meetups every year.
Hey guys, it's breaking my heart that I'm not there in Milwaukee tonight, but I will see you front row in Hammond, Indiana. So cannot wait. My question is for anyone who would answer. I'm sure it's one you guys get a lot. You have such a vast catalog to choose from this far into your career. Are there certain songs that keep getting tossed around, like we've got to bring this one back, if it's maybe been 15 or more years or something that you haven't played ever?
Well, let the setlist keeper answer that one.
Well, I mean, but I haven't been around for the last 15 years. So every time I try to add songs, I have to do some research to see what these guys have been doing for the last decade or so. And actually, yeah, I mean, I do keep an eye on that. I do research what they've played, over the years. Well, I mean, for me, A Change of Seasons was the one that I like coming back into the band. I was like, man, I really would love to play that, one more time on tour before I die. Not to be morbid, but so it was like, yeah, that was one that I really, really wanted to play, and the guys were into it. I knew that they played it in 2017, but even looking at the calendar now, even that's 8 years ago, so it's still a bit of a time in between. But I don't know, what is there any other songs? I mean, Best of Times was another, like I knew I eventually wanted to play that coming back, so we did it at Radio City.
Sometimes it backfires. Like we tried this before, where it's like, oh, we got to play this rare song, and then you think everyone's going to be so into it, and then you play it, and it's crickets. They don't know what it is. Yeah, like that went over. Like freaking lead balloon. So,
how about you guys? What would be some of the ones that you've been hoping to hear again?
Voices. Badly want to hear Voices.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I remember that.
Lines in Sand.
Hey. On the album.
Lines in the Sand would be a good one.
Nice.
I would love
Thank you.
Misunderstood again because it was fantastic when I saw it in 2008, the change of pace, the light blue lights, and then when you bombard with sound and lights.
Which one?
Misunderstood.
Oh, Misunderstood. Yeah.
Somebody was asking me about Disappear the other day, actually.
Yeah. Actually, on my very, very first initial song list, before we even started, Disappear was on it. But that's only ever been played twice. It was played once in New York City with a cellist, and then the only other time it was ever played was at the Live at Budokan filming. So yeah, that one's only happened twice. I don't know, there's something to be said about keeping it special, though. Same with like Best of Times. Like, it was really cool to just play it once and
Yeah, it was a special moment.
keep it very, very special for the people that were there.
So let's keep
Definitely
going.
Glass Prison. I saw Glass Prison come up by Jonathan. That's definitely one we'd love
I
to
mean,
hear.
it's probably pretty obvious why the Glass Prison hasn't made an appearance yet. Obviously, there's hope of someday doing the 12-step suite at some point. So at least in my mind, I kind of was like holding off on that particular song to save it for if and when we eventually get around to the 12-step suite. So that's the thinking with that.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
Thank you, guys.
Now let's get Everett on here. Are you on here, Everett? Everett's been one of our longtime hosts. There he is.
Hi guys, and I want to say thanks too for taking the time. We really appreciate this. I guess one of the things that the fans we always talk about is just how much the music you guys put out means to us and how much it's impacted us. And I know I've been listening to you guys since Images and Words, and it's just been a wild ride. And you guys have truly been like part of the soundtrack to my life. And I guess I'm curious, like, what does it mean to you guys to know how much your music means to us on a personal level?
Well, I mean, thanks for sharing that. We get that kind of feedback often when we meet fans on the road and when we do signing sessions and stuff. And some people have some really touching stories as to why a song is so meaningful. I just reflect back to when I was growing up and I was getting greatly influenced by like my favorite music, how important it was. I mean, I wore it like, a badge that I was a Rush fan, and I would quote Neil's music lyrics and kind of just live by that. So I get it. I get how music can have an impact, especially when you associate it with a certain event in your life, whether it was a happy event or a sad event. Music is definitely something that can help you get through those things with great joy or great sadness or great reflection. So I get it. And it means a lot to all of us, for sure. It's really cool. One of the amazing things about being a musician, like when we're in the studio and we're creating music and it's just us, I mean, we're in our own bubble, we're making music that we love and just enjoying. And, the idea pops in our heads like, oh, wow, the fans are going to love this. They're going to sing along with this theme. And that matters to us because we love that interaction and the resonance that we have with people. So when we're out on the road and when we hear that, it's really satisfying because, we love playing. We could do it for just ourselves, but that sharing just makes it so much greater than if it was just an experience just all by ourselves.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
So let's continue now with Nicholas. He's another one that hosts like our biggest meetups. He's in the DC area in Baltimore.
So we have Victoria and Nicholas. Do we have an Edward there as well? I mean, did you guys become Dream Theater fans only because you found an album that had your names in it?
No,
Or
I'll
actually,
never
if you're
forget.
younger than 25 years old, you could have been named after the characters.
No, I'm not quite
Way
that
older.
young. Yeah. No, I'll never forget running into Jordan on the streets of Baltimore one day, and I got all tongue-tied and embarrassed to see him there. And then I met Victoria at my first ever meetup right after. I'm like, wait a minute, this is Victoria and Nicholas. What is this? And then the next year you guys came out with the Scenes 25th anniversary. So that was just a really special experience. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to do this. It's always been an honor to represent the Mid-Atlantic region with the fan club. My question is, what you guys do so much for us with the music that you give us, and the amazing experiences and content you guys put out online. Like Jordan, your stuff during the pandemic literally helped keep me going through all that stressful time when you were, barely just putting out at lunchtime, let me play some music for you. You guys have done so much for me. What can the fan club do for you guys in addition to these pre-show meetups that we do? Is there any other ideas of like engagement activities or things that we could do that would help promote the band or your music that you think would be cool for us to try?
It's a really good question.
That's a very nice question.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't, maybe it probably hasn't been said enough, like how grateful that we are for you guys for organizing all this stuff, because I know we tend to be a little closed, circuit as far as people. We don't like really attend a lot of these things or any of them, or, but it doesn't mean that we don't value what you guys are doing. So I just wanted to say that out loud because it's never really expressed. And sometimes I'll feel a little guilty or bad that I see all these things happening and, we're not a part of it. But at the same time, it just speaks volumes to like how awesome our fan base is that you guys do that, so keep doing that. Dream Theater has always been a, swimming against the stream kind of band. We've had to claw our way to where we are today. So it's because of people like you who are passionate about what we do. So yeah, continue what you're doing, man. We love it. It's awesome.
Will do. We're thinking about maybe doing some listening parties on your next album launch, or maybe the live album. Have a view party in the regions. Just something to do during the non-touring time, because I know you guys are touring so much all the time that it must feel like it never stops. But for us, there's a big gap in between all this, and we need some Dream Theater time in the middle there.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a great
We'll
idea.
try.
That's an awesome idea.
Well, the live album happens to come out at a perfect time when we're actually taking a little break, because we do have
Right.
the holidays off, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. We're pretty much down, end of October till mid-January. So the live album will be kind of the focus through those months, which is, a great thing to keep the momentum going.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Appreciate your time.
Let's go on now with Luis. He was like one of our first organizers to join the fan club.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. Just saw you two nice in Atlanta. Electric, one of my favorite experiences, and I've been seeing Dream Theater for decades now. It was magical. My question is more related to merch. I'm a little bit of a DT merch nerd, and I've been buying merch since '92.
I noticed you're wearing the Metropolis 2000 jersey. That's a rare one.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite, and I'm glad that I can wear it again. Have you guys considered bringing back any throwback merch? Like there's a baseball shirt that came out during the 6 Degrees period that's really rad, and it's hard to find online.
Well,
Has there been talk about that?
yeah, I mean, we kind of already have. Even if you look at this tour, we're offering a Change of Seasons shirt for the first time in 30 years. And I know when these guys did Scenes from a Memory, they brought back that shirt. And I remember bringing back an Images and Words Distressed tour shirt, 20 years ago. So yeah, that kind of thinking is always happening. Yeah, like the one I know the one you're wearing is something that a lot of people have been looking for and look online for it. So yeah, I try to. I mean, I've been the one kind of overseeing the merch since I came back, and you kind of have to shift it from leg to leg as well. Like right now, the merch we have is half 40th anniversary stuff and then half Parasomnia stuff, but we have the reissue of A Change of Seasons. And yeah, if we ever do an anniversary tour for another album, obviously we would probably bring back merch that would coincide with that as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
You may have missed it in Atlanta, but I know what you're gonna say. Yeah, we added since Parasomnia is about sleep disturbances, we have Dream Theater pajama pants, or happy pants as I like to
call them.
And they're
And they're
awesome.
very comfy. And I wear them every night on the bus.
He models them.
Awesome. I really did miss that. Oh wow.
Yeah, we didn't have them yet in Atlanta.
They only just got added in the last couple shows.
They're awesome.
Okay,
We had
so
people
that
ask about those.
I will be ordering. Thank you.
Can you get that online?
I don't know. I don't know if that should show. I mean, probably eventually. Right now, it's just sold at the shows. So.
The blanket is cool. It's a nice dream sleeping related one.
Hey, I know what you guys could do for us. I got an assignment.
Okay.
So being from Long Island, actually all of us initially, right? Even you too, Jordan, right?
Yeah.
We have a big show at the Nassau Coliseum coming up. That's Dream Theater's first time playing that venue ever. And we grew up, that would be the concert venue we'd go to see Maiden, Rush, whatever, whoever came through. Long Island's a little bit of a encapsulated market. You know, it's not exactly New York City. So any way you guys can help spread the word to get people to come to that show. It's a big venue. It's iconic. They haven't had a concert there, I think, maybe in 5 years or something. There's a long history. The New York Islanders used to play there. They refurbished it. And anyway, to make that, you know, that's the final show of the tour. It happens just before Halloween. Parasomnia is very Halloween themed if you think about it, if you've seen our stage set. And it could just be a tremendous way to cap off this US run, to just have the Nassau Coliseum show be even bigger than the Radio City show for all of you guys who saw that in the spring.
Well, we are hosting a meetup. We just announced it this week. We're definitely going to do a meetup for that one.
Awesome. That's great.
Good.
Yeah, we'll have to get a promo going for that or something on, like maybe a promo video or something for the fan club to encourage more people to come out. That's a good idea.
So let's continue now with Warren. You're on mute, Warren. There you go.
Sorry. How you guys doing?
Good. What's up?
Hey.
Good, man. Just saw you guys in the Charlotte front row, man. Show rock, man. Appreciate it. So you guys have had a hectic tour schedule, man. So you got about 3 months, about a 3-month break before you guys head overseas, and then got about a half a dozen shows or so overseas. What happens after that? I'm just kind of curious. Is it right back to the drawing board, or is it you guys going to take some family time? And
We're evaluating that now. You know, in a perfect world, we ideally would love to do the Parasomnia show in Europe, as we but we're still weighing the options and trying to figure it all out. So, you know, we're still, I don't know, what, 6-8 months away from that window. So figuring it all out, but yeah, we'll see. There's probably going to be more dates added to the Asian run as well. If you look at that window from the end of January to beginning of March, there's some holes in there that we're hoping to fill as well. So we'll see.
cool. And I missed the pajama pants in Charlotte too. So,
Yeah.
but very cool, man. Enjoyed the show, guys. Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very cool, man.
So let's get Jonathan now.
Hey guys.
What's up?
Hey. So I don't really have a question lined up for you guys, but I guess, Mike, do you have any upcoming TV shows you're looking forward to or anything like that? I always enjoy your social media posts when you talk about shows, movies.
Well, the big movie for me that I can't wait to see comes out Friday, which is Paul Thomas Anderson's newest, One Battle After Another. He's one of my all-time favorite directors.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, the new one's getting great reviews. It looks really promising. So that's the one I'm most looking forward to, for sure.
Nice. Yeah, that's going to be a good one. I'm going to go see that.
That's about it. I don't know what else I'm watching. I just watched last night as a new documentary music series on Hulu called Into the Void. And last night I watched the Dimebag Darrell episode, which was really cool. Looking forward to watching some of the other episodes. They have one on Randy Rhoads, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking about TV and movies at the moment. Music, there's a lot of cool music. I've been turning these guys onto stuff. I turned John on to Igor the other night, and I turned Jordan on to Cardiacs a few nights ago. So
Crazy stuff.
yeah, there's a lot of really cool music that's coming out as well. Yeah, I mean, I have my year-end lists that I do every year, so that'll be coming.
Yeah, I
soon.
look forward to them every year.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you guys for your time and for doing this. This is a super cool experience.
Cool, man.
Right. So now let's get Elias. Are you still on, Elias?
I'm here. Yeah.
There you are.
Hey.
So thank you so much for your time, guys. Mike, question for you. Have you seen, again, we were talking about TV. Have you seen Black Rabbit yet?
I haven't, and I was looking at it. It looks interesting. I mean,
Yes.
that's a, wait, remind me who that is again. Is that's not
It's with Jude Law and
Right.
yeah, it's really, really good. If you like Ozark, I
Yeah,
finished
I
it
love
last
Ozark.
night.
I'm also
Same-
curious
same
to
here.
see the new the new HBO Max show. What is it? It's by the same writer director of the Mars of Eastwood or whatever that was.
Oh, the Mayor of Eastwood.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Task. Yeah. I mean, it was a great
I think-
year for TV. I mean, the Adolescence was absolutely incredible. The studio was incredible.
Really was amazing.
Yeah, Severance was incredible. So yeah, it's been a great year for that kind of stuff.
Cool.
All right. So now let's get Adata.
Hi. My question was about you used to show the inspiration corner for albums up till 6 Degrees, like a bunch of CDs you guys would bring in, and I wondered if you had any inspiration corners beyond that for Train of Thought and beyond, and which were not publicly shared ever, or even including the last album. Because I play music as well, and I'm always interested in how do you come up with. I know you all listen to all kinds of stuff, and it's all put in a blender, and then you bring it in. But it's cool to see, where things come from sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know if you have that stuff. I mean, we didn't have one for Parasite. The inspiration was, we were just so super excited to have Mike back with us, and so we were inspired to be in the studio together, making music together again. So we didn't have anything, but I don't know if you.
I mean, making Parasomnia, we were just in our own little bubble, just excited to be back together again. If anything, it was our past albums that were kind of like the inspiration corner. But, I mean, every time we were jamming on new ideas and new riffs, it was like, oh, this feels like something from Train of Thought. It feels like something from 6 Degrees. Feels like, like we were really feeling the stuff that we wrote together in the past, like those feelings coming back. It just really felt like what was the word we kept using?
It's like it is a familiarity. Like it's like almost nostalgic in a way. Like we had to walk a line because sometimes, we'll be working on something and it'd be like, wait, is this the same as blah blah blah? And inevitably, Mike would like pull up his phone and play it. And sometimes when just the vibe was very much in a certain direction of a certain album, like Mike said, or song, we would lean into it and be like, hey, this is something to embrace. We definitely have a history. We have a style. We don't intend on repeating ourselves, but again, with Mike coming back, just embracing that nostalgia and stuff. I think you probably hear that a lot on Parasomnia. You can feel like, oh my God, like this sounds like it could be something right off of Scenes from a Memory. And like, that was good to us. We didn't look at that as a bad thing. We could have been like, oh, we can't repeat ourselves, which of course we try not to, but again, we embrace that aspect of it. And I think the album came out as good as it did because of that, and, somebody mentioned earlier about, are there any other styles or whatever we want to pursue? And as Jordan mentioned, we're influenced by different types of music, but I think it's really important to maintain an identity. So as much as Mike joked about it, we're not going to come out with a reggae album. It's always going to be a Dream Theater sounding album.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, and, you know, because I think it's important to preserve that and also move forward. There's like that balance.
But I'll add something short to that, which is that every album that we've done, we always kind of have a conceptual idea about how we want it to sound. We talk about what the direction will be, and that often involves the kind of instruments that we're going to use. Like, you know, in my department, oh, this would be really cool. Like for Parasomnia, if we had a lot of piano. So for Parasomnia, we actually brought in a really beautiful Yamaha grand piano, and that inspired a lot of you know, those parts, and kind of gave a feel, you know, an organic feeling to the music, which was definitely, you know, part of the whole, and kind of helped lead us down certain stylistic avenues, and also tap into our history, because there's a lot of piano in our various albums.
Cool. Okay. Thank you so much.
So I know we're almost out of time, so let's get a couple more questions in. So Alex D, are you still on here?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
There you are.
Awesome. Well, again, like everybody else has said, thanks guys for doing this. Looking forward to seeing you here in Columbus, Ohio in October. My question is, you know, I think you all have mentioned that when you were in the studio and making the record, the musical chemistry, it went like right back to where it was, you know, 15, 16 years ago. And I'm just curious for, you know, stuff like this, that sort of off the stage or out of the studio chemistry, how has it felt for you three especially to just be back in the same tour buses or the same, you know, backstage areas and just hanging out as people and as family and as brothers and all that kind of stuff? How has that been for you guys over the last year or so?
I'll speak to that, I guess, first. It's, first of all, when Mike came back, you know, was in the studio with us the first day, in my mind, it's still almost impossible to think it was so many years since he was with us before, because it seemed like you just blink your eyes and we're back together again. And part of the reason that you know, that it seemed that way to me, and I think we can all relate to this, it's just so right. It's so natural. It's like, okay, well, this is where we should be. You know, not to discount the other years, you know, or the music we made when Mike wasn't there, but to just say when we're together, it's like, okay, well, this is, you know, this is what really, really works and feels right. And so it's been, you know, we've been having a great time hanging out.
It feels so natural, like Jordan said. Like, it was one thing to spend that first year together in the studio, like even before we played a show or had any kind of public appearances with the five of us. We spent almost a solid year just alone in the studio. And, you know, that within a couple days, it just felt like no time had passed. And it was the same once we started touring. Like, it was the first couple shows, you know, there were maybe a moment here, there or there where it's like, wow, we're in a van traveling to the gig together. Like, who would have ever, you know, thought this would happen? You know, there was every once in a while there'd be those moments of where it just felt surreal and unbelievable. But really, it was more like 95% of the time, it just felt like no time had passed, and it was exactly how it was back then. You know, it just felt like. I mean, I've said this before, and it's really true. This was more than just coming back to a band for me. It was like coming back home to a family. You know, you spend so much time together on the road, traveling on a bus or on an airplane, or, you know, in dressing rooms, backstage. You know, it's so much more than just being in a band playing music together. It's all that other stuff. And every once in a while there'd be a moment like, wow, I can't, how did we get, wow, where'd this come from? How did this happen? But really, it's only very occasionally does those feelings come out. For the most part, it just feels like we just picked up right where we left off, for me at least.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's you know, it's been awesome just having my brother back in the band. I mean, we met when we were 18 years old. Like, we started this thing, and it just, there's a certain relationship that way and bond that can't be broken. And it's also interesting that to kind of catch up on what happened during those times. You know, almost every night on the bus we get together, and whether, like Mike said, he's turning us on to music, or we'll play a game together on the bus, or some sort of trivia. and it's a lot of fun. It's one of the things that keeps happening. It's really hysterical. We were playing this game the other night where we were playing, I don't know, somehow we went down this rabbit hole playing like really obscure one-hit wonders from the 60s and like seeing who could like name the song. And like our tour manager, Rick, is great at that. Every once in a while it'd be like somebody would name the song and then Mike would be like, I actually did a cover of that with, you know, the Winery Dogs in Glasgow. And it was like getting hysterical. Even like at my past guitar camp, we did Hocus Pocus by Focus, and Mike was like, I actually played that with the actual guy from
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny like catching up on like what Mike was doing musically. You know, we have all these new stories to share, so it's been great.
That's awesome. Appreciate y'all.
Got it.
All right, so final two questions. I think we're almost up. Kristen, are you still on here?
I am. How are you guys? Thank you again for taking time to meet with us.
You got it.
I have a quick question. So I know you guys played Louder Than Life Festival, and I saw like, you know, a lot of posts from so many people and so many different bands. How was it to play a festival that's like so musically diverse? Like when it first came out, like I'm a huge Suicide Boys fan, which is like, you know, an underground rap group. And to see you guys like on the same poster as them, I was like, what the hell is this? So I was wondering how it was for you guys as musicians to just be on a, you know, a long weekend lineup that's that diverse.
You know, my son Max toured with Suicide Boys. He did a whole
I
he did
know.
a whole US
It's-
tour with them.
I know.
Well, you know, it's funny because we just spent 2 months doing festivals in Europe. So we played like literally every festival in Europe: Hellfest, Crash Pop, Sweden Rock. The list goes on and on and on. But it's crazy that after 40 years since forming this band, last week was our first U.S. festival ever. Like it was. I saw people posting how they'd never seen Dream Theater in a general admission kind of setting. They're used to the seated theaters and things like that. And I guess you forget that, you know, when you tour as much as we do, you start to forget that America doesn't normally see us in that kind of setting, you know. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was a massive festival, and we're doing another one in a couple weeks in California with the Aftershock Festival, and it's nice to finally be, you know, accepted into these worlds. And these festivals are great. You know, you do have everything from, you know, Slayer to you know, young up and coming bands, and it's nice for a band like Dream Theater to finally, you know, have enough of a history to be, you know, invited to these kind of things in America. It's not really hasn't been a thing for us in America, but I think it's a great thing, you know.
I felt a lot of pride when we stepped on stage because it's definitely a younger crowd. A lot of people, like, we sort of don't belong. And like when we stepped on stage, I felt this feeling of like, okay, now we're going to show you what we do, you know? And it felt like really, I don't know, it felt good to do that in that environment in the US because we've never done that. You know, we have a lot of experience, like Mike said, in Europe, but never here. So, you know, even backstage watching all the people, you know, walk around and everything, it's like we're just not in that scene. So to go up there and do our thing the way we do it and have people maybe be like, wow, what was that? That's cool. And I think that's the purpose of doing festivals like that for bands.
But also, even though that was the first US festival that we've ever done, when we looked out in the audience, there was so much engagement.
Yeah.
It was like, you know, it was an amazing feeling. It was just, everybody was so into it. We're kind of thinking, well, why haven't we done this before? It just seems so right.
It was pretty funny to see like crowd surfing and
Totally. They were totally
it's
into
not
it.
a normal Dream Theater reaction, but it was cool.
That's beyond awesome. Thank you so much. You gave me the best answer ever. That was awesome. Well, I hope to see you guys on a bunch more US festivals, and I'll be at the next one because I can't miss that environment. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Tim, is there anything you would like to add? I know we're wrapping up here now.
Yeah, I think this has been a very good session. It's very cool of you guys to do this for the American Fan Club, because they've been doing a lot of good work for the past. I don't know how many years have you done this? 10 years now.
Yeah, almost
Yeah,
10
I
years.
think we're actually coming up on 10 years since we launched Dream Theater World. Actually, now.
Wow, that's incredible. I remember
So-
your email, Kim.
Yeah,
I remember the pitch.
yeah. I tried to make it happen. Some countries have been better at it than others, but that's the way it goes. I've been personally doing this for almost 26 years now, so I'm getting up there as well. So
amazing.
So no, this has been cool. We will be if the recording is good, we'll be uploading this for YouTube as well, so people can see what we're doing and maybe inspire other to join, because what people may not know is one of my pitch ideas when I pitched it to you was this would not be a closed down environment. It would be an open environment where everyone who wanted to do a fan club event or whatever it was would be able to join and just do it, because I wanted this to be a place where people could love the band together without like any gatekeeping and stuff like that. So if people can join, and if they wanted to host when you're doing Asia, I know that's been a kind of place where we struggled to get attention from fan club organizers. So if anyone wants to join us and host a pre-event party like these guys are doing, just contact us and we'll help you set that up and all that stuff.
That's awesome, Kim. Thank you. Thank you for being with us for so long and for organizing this. And thank you, all of you, for in the US for making this happen. You guys are awesome. We really appreciate you.
We really do. Thank you.
Awesome.
And good to see all of you.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Take care, guys.
Take care.
Thank you. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Love the Partridge Family.
Bye.
I'll leave that. Should I sign out?
Yeah.
You have to click.
Signing out. See you guys.
Appreciate
Bye.
y'all.
Bye, guys. Woo, that was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, definitely.